What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 400 subscribers, of course. In today's video, I was just thinking about Toronto Raptors, and I was just thinking, what the fuck are they building? And are they going to be a playoff team? Or are they going to be a play-in team? Because right now, their roster on paper looks kind of nasty, but I don't see anybody talking about the Toronto Raptors as a real playoff threat. So I want to know, like, how far do they really go? Because you got Brandon Ingram, who they acquired from the trade deadline. Brandon Ingram didn't play a single minute on the Toronto Raptors yet, and he got a contract extension. You got RJ Barrett, who turned into a good scorer on that team. He was never really consistent in New York, and he found that consistent role in Toronto. You got Scotty Barnes, obviously, their future, basically their superstar that they're relying on. Scotty Barnes didn't really get better this season than he did the year before, but he still was basically around the same averages. I just feel like this Toronto team really has too many wings, and that's saying a lot because you can never really have too many wings on an NBA roster in 2025. But I feel like they got a lot of starting caliber wings in the NBA. You got Ochai Agbaji. I don't think, maybe he's not a starting caliber, but he is a 3-and-D type of player, and he showed that he could do that in Toronto. He didn't really play in Utah, but yeah, you got Scotty Barnes, obviously. You got RJ Barrett. Are you going to shift him to the 2-guard now? You got Grady Dick, who I feel like still has a lot of potential. I'm a real fucking believer in Grady, so I feel like he could turn out to be a more utilized player. Like, obviously he has the 3-point shot, but I feel like his mid-range might be better than his 3-pointer, but that's just my opinion. He could get to the rim and be crafty. Like, somebody's gonna have to sacrifice minutes, and right now, if you're telling me today, like, it would be Grady Dick, but I don't know, because Grady Dick would be the best shooter on the court if you want to talk about, like, wings, unless we're talking about Quickly. I don't think Quickly had a good 3-point percentage from this season, but anyway, you got Brandon Ingram, obviously. You got that's really it. Jacoby Walker, I feel like, but he's a guard. There's a lot of people that's listed a guard on ESPN. I'm reading it from ESPN because I don't really know off the top of my head. But last season, the Raptors were the 11th seed. Like, they were 9 games away from making the play-in, and obviously in a weak Eastern Conference, like, why not go all through? Why not go all in? But at the same time, we all know that the 2026 draft class is supposed to be loaded, so I don't know. Like, it just feels like the Raptors don't really have a proper direction into which you want to go, because yes, I might say that this team on paper looks like maybe a play-in playoff team, but do we see them making it past the first round? Absolutely not. I don't give a fuck how weak the Eastern Conference is. This roster is just not gonna, I just don't feel like it cuts it in the Eastern Conference. Like, I list out the teams every time I make a video on an individual team, but you got the Cavs, you got the Knicks, you got the Bucks, you got the Pistons, you got the Magic. Are you better than any of those teams? No. You got the Hawks, who is going to look improved. Obviously, you can never count out the Heat for some reason. You got the Celtics. I don't think Jaylen Brown lets the Celtics fall anything below the 10th seed. I do see the Celtics making the play-in this season. So where do the Raptors fit into this equation? Where do they slide into this equation? And that's what I don't know. And that's what I want y'all to kind of tell me, because it just doesn't. This lineup, like, are you trying to rebuild? Are you trying to, what is your formula for this? Because right now, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me why you're not really building around Scotty Barnes. You're just trying to make a playoff appearance. And I get it. A lot of teams don't necessarily fight for the ring. They fight for, obviously, their crowd, butts and seats, basically. They fight for people to watch their games. And I feel like the Toronto Raptors are a watchable team this season. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, with Quickly, obviously, you got Barrett, obviously, like I said, you got Brandon Ingram. I'm excited to see what he does, because he's always been an underrated player in New Orleans, even though he is an all-star. But obviously playing behind Zion Williamson, like, you're not going to get the true credit that you deserve. So hopefully he comes back even healthier, because BI hasn't been healthy these last couple seasons. Like, don't get me wrong, like, he might have been underrated, but he's been injured a lot. So he has to prove that he can be on the court. He has to be healthy, and he can obviously impact winning for this Toronto Raptors team. Like, it should be interesting, because they could be a dark horse team, I feel like. Because remember in 2020 when they got rid of Kawhi Leonard and they was playing with a lineup of Van Vliet, Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, Kyle Lowry, OG Anunoby. Like, they were playing with a lineup like that, and they still managed to squeeze into a top 4 seed in that Eastern Conference back then. So I'm not going to count out the Raptors. And did they even make the semifinals, and they lost by a game winner or some shit by the Celtics? Or no, it was OG Anunoby hit the game winner. They lost to the Celtics in 7, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Like, let's just talk about some of their player stats, because why not? Why not? Because, like I said, Scottie Barnes didn't really have the season that I expected Scottie to have. Like, last season, he averaged 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. The season before, 23-24, his All-Star season, he averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. The stats stayed around the same for his 4th season, so I'm looking for Scottie to improve drastically. How the fuck you say that? Drastically? I think that's how you say it. But I'm looking for him to just improve his game overall, because he was basically... can you say that he's a top 3 player in his class now? You got Chet, obviously. Chet proved why he belongs. You got Cade, obviously. I don't think he's better than Cade. You got fucking... who else? Fuck. You got Franz, obviously. You got Evan Mobley, obviously. You got... shit. What? The names are not coming to my mind right now. I'm getting mad. I don't know. Chet's not in that fucking draft class. My bad. Chet's the 22. No, Scottie's the 21. But yeah, y'all can list out the names. It's not coming to my head right now, but I think Scottie has been surpassed by some people in his draft class, which I thought in his 2nd season, being the rookie of the year of that draft class, I thought he was just going to improve his game even more. A 6'9" point forward, basically. Like, he can basically do everything on the court but shoot a consistent 3-point shot. So that's what I expected Scottie to develop into. But it's obviously only year 4, so he can still develop his game even more. This season we'll look to see more of Point Scottie again, because with all these forwards on the team, somebody has to get him involved. And I do think Quickly isn't the player to do that, because Quickly is a turnover machine. No matter how much I believe in Quickly, he is. But last season, RJ Barrett, he averaged 21 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And the move to Toronto, his hometown, was dramatic for RJ, to say the least. Because as soon as he got there, he was consistent. In the 23-24 season, when he got traded there, he averaged 22 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he never really saw that consistent role in New York. He never really showed what he was able to do. He's always been an inconsistent player in New York. And then as soon as he got to Toronto, he turned it around. I'm pretty sure he had a stretch where he had like 10 straight above 25 point per games this season. So I'm looking for RJ to still be that consistent scorer with Brandon Ingram, with all of these forwards. And hopefully RJ could still expand his game, because he's only in year 7, year 8, year 7. I think it's year 7. But he's only in year 7, so we've yet to see the best of RJ Barrett still. Like, I do think he has been the most consistent player in his class, because that's not saying a lot, because a lot of people from the 2019 draft class has been injured. So obviously your best product you could be on the court is when you're available. So RJ is always available. And last season, Brandon Ingram only played 18 games and he averaged 22 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And like I said, we just need a healthy season out of Brandon Ingram so he can show the world what he's really capable of, being out of Zion Williamson's shadow, showing what he can do, which he could probably take over the lead of this team from Scottie Barnes. That's how high I am on Brandon Ingram, because Brandon Ingram is only 27 years old. He's still young. But let me know how y'all feel about the Toronto Raptors. What do y'all think of what they're building, and what do y'all think they could do this season? Let me know down below. Subscribe. I hope you enjoyed.
What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the channel icon's right here on the right, and there's a video on the left. Click one of them holes if you didn't watch it already, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and I appreciate you.